What a play from Jake Oliver. And Madison drives. Tie game. 60. A shot! Zach Hall, what a play! Oh, and moonshot. Oh, he robbed it! What a catch! What a catch! Coming home. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's advancing home. I don't know if I like it. Oh! He's down. He got him. Oh my God! He crossed the plate before he was there. In play, that's a fair ball. What a play from Jake Oliver. And Madison drives. Tie game. 60. A shot! Zach Hall, what a play! In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60.
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that.
What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice heads out. Trey Clutton right. Puts it over to first and still gives Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later.
And he might have missed it. Got it wrong from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. That's a what a play.
Steps on second, flips over to first, and he does it! Oh my Lord, Zach Inouye, a solo!
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Oh! Philip Grosenbach, walked off the 8th season. Oh!
Cross, get out, ball later.
And that ball is out of here! Walk-off home run, Jake Old!
That ball's in play. Going back, keep it, King! Back into this playhouse, makes the grab. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Good move, I like it. That ball is absolutely tattooed. And what a roll! What a roll from Keaton McKay.
Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to AWA Wiffle Ball 2025 regular season. We have the 1-2 Western Wolfpack taking on the Metropolitan Mojo in Game 3 of week number 2. Mojo are off to a hot start, 3-0, tied for first place after week 1. I'm Jack Blahouse. And with that, let's get right into today's starting lineups.
Alex Harden, Western Washington University.
Thomas Playhouse, Sherwood Elementary.
Sam Thomas, Summer School.
Zach Inouye, University of Washington.
Ian Michael, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Chad Curtis, Balso Hard University.
So that's your Western Wolfpack team. The big update there is Alex Harden, team captain, will not play today. He is here to help manage, but he just had LASIK eye surgery, so that's a little difficult. Right after the surgery, let's take a look at the Metropolitan Mojo starting lineup.
Dominic DeMero, University of Hawaii. Go Bows.
Trevor May, Kelso High School.
Austin Whitehouse, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Alex Hatch, Woodway Elementary.
Quinn Thomas, La Petite Academy.
Houston Schmutz, Archbishop Murphy High School.
That is your Metropolitan Mojo starting lineup. No Trevor May. Alex Hatch will be on the mound. Dominic DeMero will be a little late per usual, so they got the super sub. Tom Blahouse in at first base. Tommy Tickets looking to hopefully pitch in Game 3 after Alex Hatch. And with that, we are all set, ready to go for pitch 1. Zach Inouye will step in. Strike right down the middle on Zach Inouye. Zach still looking for his first hit of 2025. Just outside. 2-1. Inside again. Zach Inouye, one of the better on-base players in the league, had a 400 average last season as he gets on with a walk. And there's manager Alex Harden. And Ian Michael will step in. Ian Michael currently leads the AWA in average, 667. That ball's in play over to Austin Whitehouse. He'll think about it, does not throw over, so that is a single for Ian Michael, starting off very well for the Wolfpack, getting on base, just what they need. And now Thomas Blahouse, kind of the key for this Wolfpack team, still without a hit. Does not go. And Shane Thomas has been sitting at 79 career home runs, which seems like 8 months now, trying to be the first to cross that 80 home run mark.
Yeah, well, how much of that came in the first
that's
season?
True. 33 in the first season. Babe Ruth-esque numbers in 2020, first year of the AWA. And there goes Thomas, strike 3, and that is not how he wanted to start off this game.
He probably heard us. He probably heard us talking about the milestone, and he just got in his head there, you know.
Well, if Thomas is having difficulty getting to 80, that just, you know, does anyone get to 100? Who knows? I think the next closest is Alex Harden, who's out in this game. His numbers are down a bit. As
rocking the shades over there.
Does not go there. Ball 1. Appeal down to the manager. He says he doesn't go. Not biased. It's a nice pitch right there, but no pitch. 61 on the gun, unfortunately. Or fortunately for Sam Thomas.
Depending on who you're rooting for.
Exactly. So 2-0. Sam Thomas made a very good debut. Was this 2 weeks ago when the Wolfpack played for the first time? Had a home run and pitched very well. Sub-2 ERA, and he'll get the start for the Wolfpack today. That ball's in play. Over to Houston Schmutz. He'll make the throw over to first. That's a good play and an even better catch right there from Tommy Tickets.
I didn't realize he was at first.
You know, this is kind of how it's been going for this Mojo team. Dominic usually a little late to the game, so they got their super sub first baseman / pitcher. He does not hit. We've seen what happens when he hits. Usually a hamstring injury or something else.
He just has to have a pinch runner, you know.
Nice. Oh, another speed check. So it'll remain 1-0. And that looked quick, but it was 57 on the gun, so Nasty breaker right there. Gets him swinging 1 and 2. And that pitch just looks so juicy.
Well, you never know with lefties.
That's true.
The Mojo have 2 of them, right? I think, yeah.
Yeah, Dominic DeMiro, he's a lefty. Pitching, not as much as he used to. I mean, why would you when you got Tommy Tickets as your second pitcher, the late stuff?
I mean, he's lethal.
But Alex Hatch, he's really come into his own as a valuable starter in this league. A little bit of a slower start to his career, but had one of the best debuts we've ever seen in any series ever. 5 home run series a week ago. Clear front runner for MVP. I mean, that's on track for 50 home runs, something we've never seen happen in the AWA, even in the 2020 Thomas Blayhouse days.
Yeah. Well, it seems like every year there's a guy that has just an insane opening week like that. I mean,
Yeah.
Last year, Alex Ballard had what, 4 or 5 home runs opening week.
Yep, 4 home runs. So maybe some of these guys just like to get it started fast. I mean, that's what most guys are trying to do. See if he can replicate it here today. But Sam Thomas for the Wolfpack, very good pitcher. No knock on the Cyclones pitchers, but we'll see how they hold up against the Wolfpack today. It's a nice pitch right there at 60 miles per hour. Bases loaded for Ian Michael, who singled in his last plate appearance. And this Mojo offense, very potent. So if they can shut down this Wolfpack team early, that'll set them up for success.
Well, the Wolfpack, they're not too shabby on offense either, so.
That's true. That ball is going back, curving quite a bit, and that's out of here. A grand slam for Ian Michael. And that's his first home run of the 2025 campaign. And Ian Michael said, hey, Alex, I'd like to introduce myself to the Went 2 for 2 in the first inning for Ian Michael, single and a grand slam. It's got to be for you.
That's one of the highest hit balls I've ever seen in this league.
That ball looked like it was going up to center field. Now Thomas Blayhouse will step in trying to
do the same thing.
Figure it out. But, you know, lefty-lefty matchup, that's tough. You don't see it very often in the league.
No. Well, there's only, what, 3 lefty batters?
Not many. Oh,
what the fuck was that?
Thomas does not like it. Thomas needs to take a time there after that one.
Holy shit, I am so bad.
I was willing to foul that off, though.
Dominic DeMiro has arrived.
There you go. Thomas just a little early on that one. Hopefully we don't lose that ball. Probably will, though.
Alex, go look for it.
That ball's in play, and that is perfectly placed. Thomas Blayhouse's first hit of the 2025 campaign. It's not a home run, but he's loving it.
That is very unique placement for a lefty there.
Yeah, that's
down the third base line.
I don't think he was trying to do that, but he'll take it.
No, yeah.
Now another lefty steps in, Sam Thomas. 0 for 1 with the ground out.
I didn't realize he was a lefty.
Now one of the true lefties. A lot of pitchers in this league are lefty throwers, righty batters.
That's like me.
Yeah, Dominic DeMiro, Shane Hansen.
I've yet to make my debut, though.
Well, heard you're on the Stingers practice squad, just waiting for a opportunity.
Waiting for the call up, you know.
3-0. And that will walk Sam Thomas, so this inning continues. And the lineup will turn over to Zach Inouye, who has walked twice on base machine.
He also has some pretty clutch plays from time to time. Remember that series versus the Enforcers?
Yeah.
Last season in the playoffs.
I'd say arguably the most clutch game in any player's History, that ball's over to Austin Whitehouse. So throw over to second for the out. Very casual, and they get out of it. But not after the grand slam from Ian Michael. We head to the bottom of the first 4-0 Western Wolfpack.
Sorry. No.
They do that to limit injuries, right? I've been one away from career number 80 for about like a year and a half now. That's one thing.
Yeah, just
we almost see 2 bases.
every batter gets one per game. And then also on the replay,
What's one super base?
Yeah, and he got 70 of them in his first 2 years.
Who? Oh, snap.
Noggin.
Come on.
And you missed history.
Oh, sorry. So it's just like on that left here, you look at the top, yeah, as long as I start throwing freaking strikes.
So here we go.
Oh, where'd that ball go? Whatever.
Sam Thomas will get on the mound for the Western Wolfpack after a very good debut. 1.8 ERA. 2 strikeouts, so a little bit more of a ball in play. Well, that's a nice pitch right there.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, though.
I'd say, yeah, there's no such thing as ground-out pitchers in the AWA. It's pop-up pitchers. But unfortunately, he has to face Alex Hatch, who has just been on a tear. 5 home runs in week 1. And he's looking to continue that streak. And unfortunately, I hyped him up a little too much.
30.
The announcer jinx.
Yeah. 1 quick out for Sam Thomas. Now Dominic DeMiro will step in. Dominic hitting well to begin the campaign, 429 average. No home runs just yet. But he was a Silver Slugger winner in 2023.
And MVP.
Yes.
Everything.
It's 2-0. And we'll see how these lefties, I think this is probably the first game ever in AWA history where both starting pitchers are lefties. So we'll see.
Really?
That's a nice pitch on the outside corner, 2-1. And after the game last week, Sam Thomas, even though he pitched very well, was frustrated with himself for giving up any runs, as that's a no pitch, 61 on the gun. 61. So 2-1 remains the count. Got to be very attentive with the new radar location. That ball's in play in no man's land. Zach Inouye is going to get it, but unfortunately can't pick it cleanly. That's a single for Dominic DeMiro.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to make the throw to first before he actually thought about fielding the ball, which I get it. You know, you're in a hurry, but got to do one thing at a time.
Yeah, Dominic's a pretty quick runner on the base path, and Zach Inouye usually a very good fielder, but you know, the grass a little wet. Probably can't pick it as cleanly as you normally can.
Yeah.
Now, Houston Schmutz steps in, and he was 3rd in home runs after week 1. 2 home runs currently, which is usually enough to take first on the leaderboard after week 1, but there are 2 guys ahead of him, Sam Thomas and Philip Thomas, 5 and 3.
His own team.
Yeah. 3-0. And Houston, after, say, a rocky first year, but last year he really came in and was 3rd in the league in RBIs. Takes a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think definitely one of the league's more underrated hitters. Yeah. Or all players in general, but especially at the plate.
Yeah, very underrated. I mean, he's got pretty good home run totals, but just the RBI totals, when guys are on base, Houston Schmutz seems to crush it. Now, Austin Whitehouse steps in, looks at a nasty first pitch strike from Sam Thomas. Austin Whitehouse, one of the best defenders in the league, as he does swing there.
Yeah.
Really started to turn it on in the postseason last year offensively. This, like we're saying, underrated hitters. This team in general, very underrated. They're 3-0.
Yeah.
Barely lost to this Wolfpack team last year in the postseason. It was, I'd say, a flip of a coin series where anyone could have taken it.
And last year was just interesting with, I mean, there were, what, 5 teams that finished with the same record. Yeah. So a lot of parity in the league. And it'll be interesting to see if that's the case again this year.
It's not off. Low. And that is ball 4.
That's 3.
Is that 3?
I check swung on one of them.
I have a full count.
Okay. Full, never mind.
I got a full count. Full count. Yeah, full count.
And that's in play over to Ian Michael, and he misses Dominic DeMiro.
That's tough.
And that is usually a gimme there for Ian Michael. Fortunately, couldn't make the play.
Don't get hurt.
And now, unfortunately, not who you want to see.
Went just behind his knee.
Yeah, on those it's tough. We do have a replay, but kind of just based on the player reaction there. Does not go. 1-0. Nice pitch right there.
I don't even know what I'm doing up here anymore.
Alex Hatch a little bit in no man's land there with the swing.
If you're the Wolfpack, this is just the guy you wanted to play with bases loaded.
2-1. Yeah, one swing in the back could tie this game up. That ball is going back. It's they can't make the play. That'll get a run in, but 2 unfortunate errors from the Wolfpack team. That ball almost had enough, but Ian Michael and Zach Inouye not helping out their pitcher.
It almost looked like it curved just a little bit at the last second there, which, yeah, that's tough.
I guess the good thing for Sam Thomas is now any runs that come across will be unearned. 2 errors in the inning and 1 out.
Yeah,
but
silver lining.
Yeah, we've been hyping up this Wolfpack defense. Unfortunately, not really living up to the hype here early. Ball 1 to Dominic DeMiro. Two and 0.
Tough.
Fights it off. 2-1. There's a little bit rain pregame. It's slowed down. Nice pitch right there. Evens the count. 2-2. Ball is out of play. Good job to slow down there with the wet concrete. That was a little sus.
You know how hard that was?
Thought he was going to tumble into the fire pit over there.
That would not feel good.
Yeah, for sure.
ESPN top 10.
Did he sign a waiver?
Exactly. Hope so.
How about on 5?
Found out that Drew Gradwell of the Northern Nighthawks signed his name on the waiver as Dingleberry, so that's great. It's a foul ball. Rain's 2-2 here. Nice pitch right there, strike 3 for the second out, and that's a perfect pitch, top of the zone. And it looked like it was coming in quick, but under the speed limit there. Had to double check that radar. Houston Schmutz will step in.
Wolfpack really needed that out there. I mean, with bases loaded,
yeah.
you don't want to give up a lead with a grand slam or something.
It's a nice hack right there from Houston Schmutz. Already 9 RBIs on the early campaign. Fouls off 60 miles per hour, 0-2. Wolfpack trying to get to 500, sitting at 1-2. Mojo trying to accomplish a feat that's never been done before, undefeated season.
What's the closest we've come to that?
That's a good question. Maybe the Aces last year. They went on an unreal tear.
They win 19?
That was, I think it was, I mean, how many?
19?
Yeah, 19 wins in a row. I don't even know how many, or not 19 wins in a row. I'm trying to think. That's a nasty pitch right there for strike 3. And Sam Thomas gets out of it. 1 run comes in, and we head to the top of the second, 4-1 the score.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Sorry. Okay.
So here we go. Ian Michael will lead off the inning. He's got a single and a grand slam. So year 2 already off to a hot start for the first overall pick last year. Alex Hatch throws the pitch inside, ball 1. Inside again. That's a nasty pitch, almost unhittable inside of the zone, 2-1. That ball is popped up and caught for the first out of the inning. That ball looked like it was going to hit Ian Michael in the face. 1 out. Thomas Bleaus steps in, got his average up to 143 after his first hit of 2025. Not too shabby. Ball 1 at 62 miles per hour.
Good eye, kid.
2-0.
You know who Alex Hatch looks like?
Who?
Andres Munoz.
Oh, there you go. The flow.
Remember when we used to do the celebrity look back segment? We should bring that back.
You know, with Brock Bleaus in the booth. We've had some good ones. I wonder if there's any new, what's the ball right there, new players that have any lookalikes.
I think the best one was Zane Phillips as Bad Bunny.
And that's high, so Thomas Bleaus is aboard for the 2nd time today. Now Sam Thomas steps in. There's a ground out and a walk up to this point. See, a lot of the players don't wear cleats. That's a league rule, mainly because of the concrete. That ball's fouled back, almost kills us.
Oh, is that a new rule this year?
Well, it's always kind of been a rule for just the pure tearing up of the cars. That's a strike right down the middle. But you know, some players still wear the cleats from time to time. That is a nasty pitch for strike 3. 2 outs. And Zach Inouye will step in. Yeah, it's the cleats, yes, most of the time they do help. But in the off chance you go over to the concrete, we've seen some pretty nasty tumbles.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know, the players say, hey, no, I'm not going to go on the concrete. And then all of a sudden they're just jogging home and almost die.
Or if you're going for a foul ball, you're not exactly looking down at the ground.
Exactly. 3-0 count to Zach Inouye. He's got 2 walks in fielder's choice up to this point. Outside, so a 4-pitch walk. Now Ian Michael will step right back up. These lineups turn over quickly when there's 4 aside. Most teams have 5 batters.
It seems like the Wolfpack almost always have all 6.
Chad Curtis supposed to be coming. And of course Alex Harden out with eye surgery. But he's still managing. Gotta love that for team camaraderie.
Yep, yep.
Nice pitch on the outside corner, 1-1. There's that pitch. Kind of like a slow slurve. Almost got Ian to chase there. It does not go. 3-1. That ball is fouled out of play. Makes the count full.
Here we go.
I just realized the scoreboard out on the left is says 0 still.
So that is a strike right down the middle. Strike 3, and Alex Hatch gets out of it. Yeah, we got to talk to the scorer over there. And that'll end the top half of the second. Yeah, to the bottom half, 4-1 is the score.
Off the air, right, Tom? Jack.
Yeah.
Do you want me to use this one? Or?
Yeah, use that one. Okay, let's go. After like a walk or something.
Do you want to actually spray it? What is it? Okay.
Thomas, where's your hat, dude? I dropped like $2 grand on hats. You're not gonna wear your hat.
About Ian's.
Go wear your hat.
Where's your hat?
I'm wearing an AWA hat. Hey, where's your hat?
I don't know. Here's my look. Go get your hat. Gee whiz.
It's terrible for team camaraderie. This guy just puts himself for anyone else.
Offering cancer.
Yeah. You got like a brand deal?
Yes, I do. Has he got a brand deal? What's going on?
I don't know. This dude's hitting 143 and he thinks he's Barry Bonds.
He's hitting $140?
Yeah, he had his first hit. It was a poke down the line.
Fished it.
Gee whiz.
32 extra velo.
Felix Fermin.
So here we go. Sam Thomas back on the mound.
I just try not to. Yeah, he doesn't want to tell you he lost his hat.
Whatever, he can.
Thomas is still looking for it. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is.
Congrats. Got it. Gotta shape it.
That's satin. Alex.
Yeah.
Hold off till Jason comes.
Okay.
So here we go. Austin Whitehouse steps in. Mojo trying to crawl back into it as that ball is just underneath, and that's caught for the out. And I'd say normally that's an easy play, but this Wolfpack team's been having some difficulty as they bobble the throw around.
Yeah, terrible throw around there, but that's all right.
Could have been worse. You can tell a lot from how good a team's playing based on the throw around. That is just popped up, and Alex Hatch barely missed that one. 0-1. That ball is popped so far. Oh,
Diver!
and that is
in the tree.
They're just not catching any breaks out there.
Yeah, that's tough.
I was feeling home alone.
I don't really know what's going on with the atmosphere right now, but
That was popped.
we've seen some balls hit very hard staying in the park here.
And high, too.
Yeah. That ball is going back, and that's out of here. A home run for Dominic DeMuro, the first of his 2025 campaign. And that'll bring the score 4-3.
Yeah, baby. Ball's carrying out there, right?
4-3 here in the bottom half of the second. This Mojo team very solid offensively. Even when you think they're down and out, they can put together a few hits, get on the board quickly. Ball 1 to Houston Schmutz.
Oh. Every time I see it,
that ball's hit hard over to Zach Inouye. He'll won't be able to make the play, and that ball was absolutely crushed, dented the ball, made it very hard to make the throw over. But Zach Inouye
throws it back in. Apparently it was good enough.
Yeah, just undented. That ball looked way darker than the other balls. I don't know if that was a mud ball or what.
Yeah, we're trying to figure that out.
What's on that thing? Oh.
Well, anyways.
That ball is popped up to Zach, and he makes the play.
You gotta hold your breath there.
Yeah, sigh of relief there. Right after we talking about the dangers of wearing cleats on this field, you can obviously see there are some dangers without wearing them.
Although
that's destroyed to Thomas Blayhouse. He can't come up with it.
Get there, Ian. Get on third.
And Houston Schmutz runs all the way over to third on that destroyed ball. Honestly, Wolfpack are pretty lucky that ball did not get out. Now runners on the corners for Dominic DeMuro. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the second. Wolfpack trying to hold on to this 4-3 lead. Just inside, ball 1. Does not go 2-0. Inside, 3-0. Dominic DeMuro's 2 for 3 here in game number 1. Fouls that out of play, 3-1. Dominic 3-0 swinging. He's always got the green light. Swinging right there. Full count. Dominic does not want to walk. Got him swinging right at 60, and Sam Thomas gets out of the jam. Strands runners on the corners. The score now 4-3 as we head to the top half of the third.
What's that on? You guys need to flush that. It's been a busy one. The ball keeps going. Oh,
So Thomas Blayhouse will lead it off. Thomas 1 for 2 here in game number 1. That ball, oh my goodness, look at that hit shot.
He's hot.
You'd think he's a righty.
Yeah, my goodness. And that's kind of the thing we talked about is if you're a righty, a grounder down the third base line is usually a hit. But if you're a lefty, a grounder down to the first baseman, unfortunately, is an out. I mean, they do have a shorter porch. So that's a nice pitch right there. But that's kind of why we see lefties with more home runs but lower averages in this league.
Yeah.
That ball's hit hard over to Austin Whitehouse, and that ball misses Thomas Blayhouse. Thomas almost eats it at third, but he'll get in there safely. I'm surprised Austin Whitehouse missed that play.
Thomas, you all right? Yeah. Okay.
Kind of surprised
Take it easy on the base path.
Sam Thomas didn't.
I was jogging.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm surprised he didn't take second, but it was a little late for that.
Definitely some aggressive base running. But yeah, once you see sprinting on the wet grass, that's when you start to see some crazy slipping. Zach Inouye still looking for his first hit of 2025. He has walked 3 times though in this game.
Almost hit his bat there.
Nice pitch right there. Evens the count, 2-2. That ball is just foul. One of the few players we've seen able to hit that nasty break-in, whatever you want to call it. Slurve, curve, ephus, I don't even know.
Slurve, they're saying.
Slurve.
We'll go with it.
That's what the kids are saying. Hits him on the knee, so full count now to Zach Inouye, and he's very good at having meaningful at-bats. Just as I say that, strikeout looking there, unfortunately, for Zach Inouye. So we'll have to wait for his first hit of 2025. And now Ian Michael, who's gotten many hits up to this point, steps in.
It's hard to believe Zach Inouye didn't get a single hit all last week.
Yeah, definitely walked quite a bit. That's a nice pitch. That pitch kind of just like a late break. Very good at starting the batters off with a first pitch strike. Coming back with a drop ball, 0-2. That ball is in the foul ball line. Almost gets away with it.
That's a little check swing there.
It looked like Hatch was waiting on it, so he might have let that go out. Some pitchers immediately hop on it. Nice little sidearm delivery for the first ball, 1-2.
That almost hit the zone.
That ball's in play. Dominic DeMiro makes the catch and holds Sam Thomas at first. So an unfortunate play there for Ian Michael as he pops that out. And the runners will hold. Thomas Blayhouse steps in, 2 for 3. Starting to put together some hits, and we'll see if the Mojo make an adjustment with his 2 bloop hits down third base line.
Well, Austin Whitehouse is still to the right side of second base.
There it is. Steps on first for the out. They get out of it. We head to the bottom of the third with a chance for the Wolfpack to close it down and get back to 500.
You said Jason's coming? Yeah, we'll just wait for it. We'll do a game too. Fish on lake yesterday? Yeah, I was. What? Jason, the I guess. That's a hole there. Yeah, or was it like metal grass with the fuel shots on it?
So here we go. Houston Schmutz will step in, and he does count as the first opportunity to tie this game up. 4-3 is the score. Does not go. 1-0. Sam Thomas kind of implementing a bend don't break strategy here in game 1. That ball's hit hard in the gap, and that's a nice single there for Houston Schmutz to begin this inning. Now the go-ahead run steps to the plate, Austin Whitehouse. Had a few flyouts here in game number 2, or game number 1, sorry. That ball's hit hard once again under the head of Ian Michael. And a little slow to get to it. And Ian Michael will advance to second. Thomas Bleaus is pissed.
Austin Whitehouse.
Thomas is pissed after that. Alex Hatch steps in. Ball 1. Sam Thomas really needs to put together some outs here to keep this game in check for this Wolfpack team. 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, you got the winning runner in scoring position right now, so definitely got to protect here.
That ball is going back, and that is a 3-run home run. Walk it off. 6th home run of the year for Alex Hatch. And he has done it. No one can stop this man. We will be back shortly for game number 2. Mojo take game 1, 6-4.
Yeah, he has 1 hit. Not 1 hit, though. Only grand slam. Yeah.
Are you any bugs? Yeah.
Hey, Jack.
Yeah.
Same pitcher. Got some defensive adjustments.
This year I was like, we're going to try something new.
Alex Hatch, let me get you for an interview, man.
Yes, sir. What up, Jack? Huh? I don't know. He said like he wasn't going to make it or something, and then he said he was 15 to 20 out. So I don't know. I'll just keep it there.
We're going to send it down to Robert, who has the game-winning walk-off home run man himself, Alex Hatch. Robert, take it away.
All right, Alex, what did you see on that walk-off pitch there?
Just trying to hit a line drive and stay within ourselves and get the runs in, I guess, any way possible.
Yeah, so the weather's been affecting you guys in the fielding on both sides. What are you noticing there?
Have to be super careful.
Dominic, same lineup. Yeah.
Balls are wet, so it's hard for me.
Yeah. Well, good luck out there for game 2 and 3. Back booth, guys.
Thank you, Robert, and we will start game 2 shortly. Just plugging in the lineups.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. You're going to buy it. Go, baby. It's 5 spot.
All right, so here we go. Alex Hatch will lead it off. Alex Hatch will lead it off for the Mojo after that 6th home run. 6th home run of the year. No one's even close to that number. Ball 1 to Alex Hatch.
I can't do anything for a couple of while. Yeah. Are you sensitive to light? A little bit.
That ball's in play, kind of in no man's land. Throws over to first, gets the out. Great job from Sam Thomas to come over and cover. And they're overly celebrating that, probably because of the issues they've had on defense today.
Well, you know, you got to take the wins where you can, so yeah, I don't blame them. Down 1-3, gotta get excited about something.
Yeah. Yeah, this Wolfpack team, after that loss, now sit at 1-3. Trying to make sure they don't start falling down that path they did 2 years ago. They're only able to win 2 games. Turned it around last year. Well, they have the acquisition of Sam Thomas, trying to get him over that line, get him into the World Series. Both these teams That's a swing and a strike right there. Both these teams have never been to the World Series. Them and the Pacific Pilots are the only three that have yet to make it there. Nasty pitch right there for strike 3. That's 2 quick outs.
I'm going to give you these.
Yeah, the Pilots not ever going to a World Series is surprising to me.
Yeah, like we were saying, you know, they have the best fielder in Keane McKay, best hitter in Mark Campanero, and best pitcher DJ Oliver, and for some reason that's just not enough to get them over the hump. You think
for some reason they lose to the Nighthawks in the playoffs every year.
Yeah, or the Enforcers. That ball's in play off the hand of Sam Thomas. Unfortunately, can't come up with it. And there's, on cue, Zach Inouye sliding around. Score that a single. Not an easy play to make. Austin Whitehouse will step in. Austin was not here week 1, but he did get his first hit of 2025 in game 1. That ball is going back, and that ball is destroyed. 2-run shot, Austin Whitehouse. He said, yes, I got a hit, about like a home run. 2-0.
There was no doubt about that one.
Yeah, that one was destroyed. Right when he hit it, all the field just kind of turned and looked. It's got to feel good. Now, home run king himself, Alex Hatch, steps in, sitting on 6 home runs. Gets nailed there, probably for that walk-off.
Leans into that one.
That ball's hit hard again, and every time Alex Hatch hits the ball, it looks like he pieces it up. They're lucky that didn't go out. It's probably about as good as you can do with Alex Hatch right now, limiting him to a single. Dominic DeMiro will step in. Struck out in his first plate appearance here in game 2. Fouls it off right at 60 miles an hour. Just low. 1-1. That ball's hit hard over to Zach Inouye. Knocks it down. Throws over to first for the out. We'll take a look at the replay. It was a bang-bang play.
He wasn't touching the base. I bet my life on it.
Say he doesn't think his...
You weren't on the base, dude. I hate to be that guy.
Well, he went to the wrong base. Dominic, you got to go to the safety bag. Save time.
I felt it with my foot. That counts for anything.
Beats it by a step for the out, and that will end the inning. So great play there as we head to the bottom of the first.
Well, it's like it's the thing was like, yeah, it's full. So you got to go to the safety bag. You can't go to the bag if you're stepping on his foot. So, but he did say the stroke means
So here we go. Zach Inouye will step in. 2-run lead for the Mojo. Wolfpack stepping in for the first time here in game number 2. And that is a no pitch there. 61 on the gun, but that was a nasty looking pitch. And that's just outside, 1-0.
Thumbs on me. You're damn right.
2-0. Up high, 3-0. And Zach Inouye, the walk merchant.
I thought that was you.
Well, so far, it is Zach Inouye. All he's had this year is walks. He's looking to get on again. Trying to get that first hit of 2025. And he's on with a walk, so base runner on.
In the thigh, or get a full swing, full swing with the plastic bat. What up, dude? How you doing? Good, how are you?
So here we go. Zach, or Ian Michael steps in. First pitch swinging, 0-1. And there's our ump, arriving on time. 1-1. That ball is hit foul. 1-2. Bit high. Evens the count, 2-2. Nice pitch right there. Got him looking for the first out of the inning.
I'm gonna throw that out. I can't even see that shit.
And now Thomas Bleas will step in. Had 2 singles in game 1. Trying to help this Wolfpack team out. It's a strike right down the middle, 1-1. Looking at that zone, I think we need to add some more zip ties to it. Missing quite a few.
Got the bottom right from our view.
And both sides. 2-2. Now those pitches from Alex Hatch just really freezing Thomas here. That's probably why he's been so late on those 2 hits he's had. Throws it outside.
Well, you know, lefty-lefty is, you know, makes it difficult.
Go, baby.
Way out in front of that one, keeps it alive. You know, and you'd like to think that that's probably what it is, but I guess so far in 2025, Thomas actually has had more success against a lefty pitcher.
Interesting.
So he didn't get a single hit against the righty pitcher in week 1. That was also the Steers. That ball freezes him right there. The second out of the inning.
Can't do it, bro.
Yeah, that stinger rotation with Peter McNeil and Jordan Rice, very difficult to get some hits together, but Alex Hatch very good in his own right. Now Sam Thomas steps in. First pitch strike, 0-1.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be the best pitching rotation in the league. Either that or enforcement, probably, right?
Yeah. Hell, time will tell. You know, it's, every year you never know what team's going to break out. I'd say each team's got some solid 1 and 2. Heck, it might even be the Mojo with Tommy Tickets, number 2.
Yeah.
We'll see. Does not go. Evens the count, 2-2. Outside, full count to Sam Thomas.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That ball is hit hard, and that's out of here. Sam Thomas on a roll ties this game up with his second home run of 2025. no idea where he's going. Looked like that was like a drive. All of a sudden, it's out the open.
His thing is the first home run last week, it was pretty low, and then all of a sudden it rose 30, 40 feet.
Yeah. It's like
maybe that's just his thing.
He just threw his bat at it. Sometimes that'll happen.
He just hits home run line drives.
Just some light contact. If you hit it, you square it up right, anything can happen. As you have Houston Schmutz coming in from the outfield wall. A little tight squeeze.
That's a good way to put it.
So brand new ball game here for Zach Inouye. 2-2 now the score. Both these teams have been putting together some quality offense here. That ball is just foul. That's unfortunate. One and one.
You both liked it too much.
Mojo took game one. Now sit at 4-0. Still the only undefeated team in the AWA. Nighthawks dropped a game against the Enforcers last Tuesday. Ball hits in there, 3-1. And I'm starting to realize both these teams very good with 2 outs.
Yeah.
It's a nice pitch right there. Is that a strikeout?
We both have 2. We had a foul ball strike, a ball, and then that thing.
Was there a 61 no pitch? No. 11?
All right, I guess that's strike 3. I guess they both are.
Unless no one said anything.
Yeah, no, if they're both in agreement. And that'll do it for the bottom half of the first. We head to the top of the second. 2-2 is the score.
Okay. So I shouldn't be mic'd up when I go out there to do it?
I'm going to ask you to give the microphone.
Gotcha, okay.
So here we go. Houston Schmutz will lead it off. Has a single. It's 2-2 here in the top of the second. We might have to turn on these lights early. Already a little dark because that ball's kind of hit no man's land. Thomas Blayhouse can't pick it cleanly. Unfortunately for the Wolfpack, they have not had much success defensively.
Yeah, it is a cloudy day, and game 1 went a little long, so.
Almost 7 o'clock here in Edmonds, Washington. I'd say so far we've kind of lucked out with the weather.
Yeah.
As long as it's not raining, I say it every time I'll knock. We're okay with it. Obviously, we prefer the sunnier days. So does the offense.
It seems like it's always when the Aces play, when the bad weather happens.
Yeah. Last year was the Stingers. Does not go 3-0. Seems to fall around one team all year.
Well, there was that playoff game.
Oh, it was brutal.
Between was it Nighthawks and Aces last year when.
Hey, can I get time, Blue?
Yep. So Alex Harden's going to call time after a hit and a walk. Don't know what the heck's going on out there, but. Okay, so a little quick mound visit.
Jason.
So So here we go. Alex Hatch steps in. First pitch strike after the mound visit. 0-1. Alex Hatch has a single and a ground out. Nasty pitch right there. 0-2. Does not go according to the ump out there. It's nice to have the ump here. Always hate calling those. Good to relay it to the ump. That ball's in play.
To someone else.
Ian Michael will make the play and get the first out. Hold the runner there.
After this one case, tell
After one yet. No, you're good. So Alex Hatch will get a productive out. Move the runners. Just whatever it is. It won't count. That's a strike right there. They're going to ask Jason to check him out. I think there was something suspicious going on that mound visit.
I noticed that too.
Don't know what was applied or what. They're having a pretty in-depth conversation out there. Taking quite a while.
The league does have an issue with foreign substances being used.
Yeah, having quite a conversation. I don't know what they could possibly be talking about.
Some slimy grimey's going on here. What? Yeah, he's out. He's out. That's slimy.
And they're going to throw him out of the game after getting some slimy grimies. He's going to take the hat and walk off. Don't know what that was all about. So, guess we'll reset. Reload on balls. Jason's got the Wolfpack hat on. We'll see if he'll help the Wolfpack now with the team cap on. So here we go after that. Always something. Just outside, ball one.
You're one out. Here we go.
1-0. Nice pitch, top of the zone, evens the count, 1-1. That ball is hit right to Thomas Playhouse. They're going to tag. What a play! Gets him on the throw. And that is a double play.
Does he have to touch home? I know you were trying to hit the cutoff man there.
So it's just backstop before you touch home.
But it's got to touch the backstop?
And it's
across the plate.
Yeah, if it hits the backstop, but it's right where the ball crosses the plate, and then if it hits the backstop.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So you're going off of...
Let me get a replay on that one.
But that was a heck of a play on the catch and throw. Thomas Playhouse, I think he was trying to go home on that.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it was the relay. But it worked out, and that'll end the inning. Very impressive all around, and kind of after we...
That makes up for all our defense.
After we talked crap about this Wolfpack defense, they come back and make a very impressive play. Just like that. We're here in the bottom of the second. And Ian Michael will step in, 2-2. Geez, no breaking between innings here, Shane.
Yeah, no.
We're just trying to get over a crazy play, and all of a sudden we're back. And that ball right on cue, back of the field, deepest part of the park. Tried to deke him there like it was an overthrow. Doesn't bite, and that's a hard hit single for Ian Michael. He's on at first. You'd think balls like that, you'd at least be able to get to second, but it's very tough to get doubles. Impossible to get triples unless some freaky stuff happens.
I've only ever seen it once.
Just like that, Thomas Blales will step in. What was the triple that you saw?
I think it was Aaron Schofield.
Was it a pure triple or error related?
Error related, I believe.
Oh, jeez, what a nasty pitch.
But he's quick, as we know.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, with Aaron and Jake, very aggressive runners, very fast, so it doesn't take much to get him over to third. And that is strike 3 at 60 miles per hour. That was quick. 1 out.
I'm a defensive player.
Thomas really lives the dingers or nothing mentality.
Dude,
Unfortunately, right now, he is in the nothing. But, you know, he's a long season ahead. Sam Thomas, fresh off that 2-run home run, hitting 400 on the year with 2 home runs. Solid pickup for this Wolfpack team who traded Jace Pratt over to the Aces.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that move, but I figured they had some trick up their sleeve, and yeah, seems to be working out well so far.
Yeah. That is a 4-pitch walk. Yeah, and Jace Pratt has always tried to get on the Aces. You know, they won the World Series last year, and he knows a lot of the guys on the team, so he's been fighting hard for a trade, and finally they decided, you know, they have 6 players on the roster right now, and they had to open up some space for Sam Thomas to come in. That's what they did. That ball's hit hard over to Dominic DeMiro. He'll be safe. We'll take a look at the replay. It was very close, but Zach Inouye hoping that is the first hit of 2025 for him. And he is in there. So he's safe by a step. And there is Zach Inouye, hard hit single to get the bases loaded.
It's only 1 out.
Yeah, this Wolfpack team really trying to take game 2. They do not want to fall behind and lose a 2nd straight series. They have the best man to do it, to give themselves the cushion, in Ian Michael. It's 1 for 2 here in game 2. That ball is hit hard. What a play from Dominic DeMiro. And Thomas Playhouse does not tag. He's safe, and he thought about tagging up, but he stepped off the bag, had to go back, and that ball was all kinds of crazy. Great play. Thomas Blales takes off and has to go back. It almost hits him, and lucky for the Mojo that that ball was not thrown wildly.
Yeah, DeMiro really is one of the best defensive players in the league, and I mean, shows you why right there.
And especially with that hard fence. That ball is going back. Thomas Blales might make up for it. He does. Grand slam. First of the year, 80 home runs for Thomas Playhouse. First player in AWA history to reach that mark.
Wow.
The crowd ovation. We got a big crowd of 2 here tonight. The production booth outnumbers the crowd by double. That ball is hit hard, foul ball. Kick it foul. Now he's going to go get it. We've limited balls.
He's got to walk through the jungle.
And that is huge for Thomas Blales, huge for this Wolfpack team. Well, if Thomas Blales can get hot, this Wolfpack team is going to be in a much better position going forward in this regular season. I think it's only fair that that's a nice pitch right there, that Alex Hatch gives up a few home runs after hitting so many.
Yeah.
It's quite kind of him, actually, for a struggling batter like Thomas Blales. All the pressure on his shoulders. Probably felt like Rory McIlroy before he hit that home run.
No kidding.
That ball, just early out of play. Sam Thomas going to want that one back. It was a hanger just out in front. You can see there's two different types of home runs. Sam Thomas's first, it was a liner, just got out, and Thomas's layout is high and deep. As that ball is going back, it's got a chance, but no, it gets hung up and caught for the out from Austin Whitehouse. As we head to the top of the third, Wolfpack trying to close this one out.
College you Wilkers.
Be honest, I have no idea what I'm
No idea. No, you go in after it happens. I spread it in my hand. It's like, God, I shouldn't have done that because it was all over.
Well, after this, we'll take a game 3 ideas. I will just get.
Holy fuck. Strike.
Throwing bases. We'll think about it.
Yeah. Stolen bases.
So here we go. Houston Schmutz will step in. Mojo find themselves down 4 runs here in the top of the third, trying to keep that undefeated season alive. Very rude of him to hit us.
I got quick reflexes.
Yeah, we definitely caught this. Fouls it off, and Houston Schmutz coming out swinging. Why not? He's 2 for 2 in game 2. He's got his average, my goodness, up to 643 on the year. So this Mojo offense quickly turning into the 2024 Aces with this power and average combo.
No kidding.
Does not go. Thought about it. Low. 2-2. Got him swinging at 59 for the first out. That's a big out. What they say, the first out is always the most important one. Now Austin Whitehouse steps in. He's got that 2-run home run.
That's kind of a funny phrase when you think about it. I mean, you need all 3 outs.
Yeah. I guess you can't get to 3 unless you get the first.
Yeah, true.
It's a slow breaker right there.
I guess
inside.
important for the momentum.
Yes, yes. Now, once you walk or give off a leadoff single, it can quickly fall apart. A lot of people ask why we don't start a runner at second in extra innings. Well, that's because there's usually a runner there in about 30 seconds. Huge hack, no pitch, 61 on the gun, bailed out right there by the radar. It's a good 3 feet away from that pitch on the swing. Does not go. Looking at the ump over there. Great positioning from the ump. That ball's in play over to Zach Inouye. Will throw to first for the out. Great play. And this Wolfpack team making some redemption plays out there in the field after a rough first game. And that is
$380.
very tough for this Mojo team. Usually that kind of play results in a hit.
Yeah, and those are the kind of defensive plays we're more used to seeing from a guy like Zach Inouye.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy because after the first game, we saw one of the best, maybe the best play we've seen all season with the throw to first, or the pitcher, Sam Thomas, to home. Doesn't happen very often. Now the Mojo are down to their final out. And that is Alex Hatz trying to keep this game alive. 2-0.
It's a good guy to do it.
It's arguably the best right now. That ball's hit hard to Ian Michael. They're over to first for the out, and the Mojo tie up the series 1 game apiece. We're going to head, Wolfpack, we're going to head into the Game 3 rubber match to see who takes this series.
Who plays tomorrow?
Wednesday?
Yeah, or yeah, that one. That one.
Yeah. It is Senior Cyclone.
Senior Cyclone.
It's tickets pitching? Yeah. You guys are big like tickets, you're in.
Thomas Playhouse in 80
We're 2 out. We prefer right behind you. Yeah, that's true.
Oh. Good timing.
No. Like half of them are with 2 outs and 2 strikes. They're good. Sustainable.
We're going to send it down to Robert, who's got Thomas Playhouse with him. Robert, take it away.
Thomas, the Dingers are nothing record, 80 home runs in a career. What's the key to that success?
Alex, he's over here.
I'm not 100% sure. I've been struggling this year, but finally got to 80. I think there's a pile of that.
You believe in that mentality of just hitting bombs every time, hitting dingers?
100%. I was here 5 years ago when the league first started, and that was the mentality that we came up with, and I've been living by that for the past 5 years.
All right, that's great. What about the fielding in the outfield with the rain? Is that affecting you at all?
I think I've been blending in pretty well many years. Yeah, the team for sure.
All right, well, good luck out there for game 3.
Thank you.
Just be like,
back to booth, guys.
Try like slowly, but just like walk me back to like that,
to the exit.
and I'll just try and like keep it going. Maybe, you know, like I'll like throw a base or something, like. And then line up for oh shit. Oh, just swap Ian and Sam. Sam at third. No, Sam at first, and Thomas at second, and Zach at third, and then Ian pitching. They should show that. They're gonna pitch that when everyone's calling. Is Hatch DHing? Dominic? Yeah. What? I can do whatever. Okay. I'll just DH Hatch for now. Yeah.
What's up with the Smirnoff cases?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, what's up with them? For no reason? For fun. Yeah.
So here we go, getting ready to start game number 3 rubber match. And who else but Tommy Tickets will be on the mound for the Metropolitan Mojo. The lights are on for arguably one of the most dominant pitchers, I don't know about dominant, but electric pitchers in AWA history. Really gets the team and crowd going. Unfortunately, the crowd is now halved in size after one of the crowd members steps in. Ball 1. That ball is out of play. That'll be low. So 1-2 count. Got him swinging right there, and Tommy Tickets off to a hot start. And you know, at some point, if Tommy Tickets keeps up this kind of defensive pitching prowess, we might have to say, hey, you got to hit too if you're going to be this good.
Yeah, it can't be PO forever.
Yeah, it was a courtesy not letting him hit. I'm sure there's a lot of teams that would like to just have their pitcher only pitch.
Oh my God.
He's out in front of a 51 mile per hour slider. Noticing the velo from Tommy Tickets is a little down. That ball is destroyed foul. So Ian Michael getting some solid contact, but Tommy Tickets doing very well to change up the speed.
Thomas, have Alex fill in. Huh? Have Alex fill in. What are you going to do?
So here we go, 2-2 count. Ian Michael. Does not go. And Shane, it's not a good sign when Tommy Tickets isn't hitting 55. I guess it is. He just did strike 3. It's the second out.
Will the count count? No.
Let's just make it close.
I just do it like right now?
Yeah. If it's close,
Wait. Yeah, when it's close, Thomas.
All right.
So here we go. Ball 1 to Thomas Playhouse. And he did. And the ump says he went.
No way! No! That's a win. No, you're on the wrong side.
He's just going to say that he went.
No.
Oh, gosh. This is getting out of control. Oh,
gosh. On the wrong side, which...
We're going to need the grounds crew to help pick up. And he's just walking him out of the field.
What's the count?
I guess after that, 1-1.
Thank you.
What? Yeah, 1-1. You don't think I would have taken that 400 dead center? What? I thought it doesn't count. I'm about to blow up. That was a meatball. I got you.
1-1. Thomas is pissed.
That ball is going back. That's a home run.
We're going to talk to the up. Out.
It hit the tree. I'm actually going to ball.
That would have gone over the fence, and he caught it anyway. Yeah, that's out.
It's up to the ump's discretion. If he doesn't think it would go out, it's an out.
It hit the tree. It's like it hit the ball.
He's going to call it out upon further review. We will head to the bottom half of the first. 0-0 is the score.
It literally hit like the last branch.
I will say that.
Yeah.
Right? You know it's on Twitter. Whatever happens, the count gets reset after the match. Thomas, it wouldn't have, I mean, it doesn't matter when it's like, I was going to not call it a strikeout if he struck out, but that is indifferent. Let's go! The strike that he threw was literally in the dead side.
Now, let's go.
Let's go. You gotta hit it farther than that, right? Yep. Yeah, never mind. Jason, give the mic to this fatty over here. Who?
So after a very intense inning, it'll remain 0-0. There are a couple calls there the Wolfpack do not love. The check swing, and they wanted a home run called on that one. They said it hit a branch. But at the end of the day, it is up to the ump's discretion. If he thinks that ball's going out, he'll call it. If he doesn't,
then he won't.
Exactly. And he's in a great spot to make the call. And I also love deflecting on other people. I don't want the smoke. Yeah. So here we go. Alex Hatch will step in.
So we go from one of the slowest pitchers to one of the fastest.
That is true. Ian Michael, he's usually straight fastballs.
Yeah.
He has improved his velo command, or whatever you want to call it, but early on as a rookie, he was consistently doing speed checks. There's a speed check right there.
Oh my God. So fast.
And you know, I think that's kind of what happens. Nice. We caught it, obviously. And Alex Hatch is in swing mode. I guess when you assume it's going to be a fastball right down the middle, you have to be ready to swing no matter what. But a lot of guys. That ball's hit hard over to Thomas Playhouse, and he throws it out of play. That'll be an extra base awarded to Alex Hatch, and Thomas Playhouse having a little difficulty out there. We might be back to game one Wolfpack defense.
Might be a single with an air, but
we got to get that blue team. I know what they're doing tomorrow at 7:30.
What?
Infield practice.
So that is not exactly what you want to see if you're a Wolfpack fan there, but hopefully they can get back on board with that defense. There's a strike right there from Ian Michael to Dominic DeMuro. Quick 0-2. Looks like he might have some different pitches there.
Yeah, that
froze him. 3 pitches, and why don't you just do that the whole game?
It does, I mean, even though it's, you know, 57, 58, whatever, it does seem to come in a lot faster.
Yeah. Yeah, and, you know, and now they got Mojo in swing mode because they assume it's going to be a strike with that fastball approach. Which might be the way to face this Mojo team.
A little movement.
Slight movement, call it a cutter. Not really the true slider we've seen from some players. 3-1. No pitch. 61. Might need some ball maintenance here. They're all everywhere. Probably run into issues later. Well, that is a walk. Houston Schmutz, runners on first and second now, and Austin Whitehouse will step in. Austin Whitehouse making his 2025 debut today. Calls time, fix the zone.
Good, good, good.
That ball's a little bit of a half swing, popped up to Thomas Bleaus. He'll make the play. That's 2 outs. So at least no slipping, but it is starting to rain again. If that's what I'm hearing. I think that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, no, that is. Not very hard, though.
Knock on wood.
Not yet, at least.
Alex Hatch will step in. That's a no pitch. Looked a little quick, but great placement. It's going to be a ball regardless.
Only one.
Another no pitch. It's still 1-0. Guess the good thing is you can just do a million speed checks if you hit the zone. Does go there. 1-1. Lays off. 2-1. Dominic DeMuro at second base, would be hitting next. That ball's in play under the arm of the pitcher. He'll step and throw to first, and he's safe. And Dominic DeMuro will get in to score.
Should have stepped on the bag.
And it looked like Thomas Bleaus, or not Thomas Bleaus, Zach Inouye, almost stepped on second there.
Yeah, I was going.
What's the confusion? We were just wondering why you didn't step on second.
Yeah, that's what we were wondering too. It looked like it was very easy to step on second there. Decides to throw over.
Kind of an interesting choice there, but
usually that is the play to make in baseball. You know, it's just usually a gimme. So that's a first pitch strike to Dominic DeMuro. That ball's hit hard under the arm of Zach Inouye. Houston Schmutz is coming home, and he will score. So an RBI single there for Dominic DeMuro. And quickly after that play from Zach Inouye, 2 runs get on the board for the Mojo. And it is tough to make these plays in the rain. Give them that. At least it is 2 outs. They just need one play to get out of this inning. Almost hits Houston there.
Getting a little scared now at the plate.
Oh, that was so sick.
2-0. 3-0. And that ball is spiked, and ball 4. Bases loaded now for Austin Whitehouse, who just missed a pitch in his last plate appearance. Big RBI opportunity here. A grand slam would end the inning. Nice pitch at 59, bottom of the zone, 0-1. Ball is popped up.
Ian Michael calls for interference there, but
yeah, it looks like he actually went into the batter.
Not quite, not quite.
Yeah. Changed his
Good
route.
try, though.
Yeah. Low, 1-2. And that will be strike 3 for Ian Michael. Gets out of the jam, but 2 runs come across for the Mojo. We head to the top half of the second, 2-0.
Feeling it up a little more this year.
So here we go. Tommy Ticket's back in.
That's a mistake.
Got some trash talk coming from the Wolfpack dugout here.
It's already a little heated. First pitch swing, a little bit of a bailout right there, but maybe you read the scouting report, saw Sam Thomas as a first pitch swinger. There you go. There's the velo you like to see. 57. That ball's in play, and that's just in his wheelhouse for mobility. You know, and honestly, also, it comes down to Dominic DeMiro plays a very deep third base. A lot of times you see kind of, I guess it was a lefty batter, but a lot of times you have the second baseman way behind the third baseman, kind of like a rover setup. But hey, everyone does it differently.
Well, and that was kind of hidden to no man's land anyways.
Yeah. That's a ball. Hits him right there. Swing in there. 2-1. Swinging across that one, evens the count. Hit hard into the Aaron Schofield tree.
I took some bark off. Did you see that?
Yeah. Tree's been through it over there. Chopped a layoff. Thomas Bleas a little surprised that he did not go for it. Fouls it off. It's up to 58, so starting to throw some velo.
Here we go.
And again, interesting defensive setup by the Mojo. Having Austin Whitehouse on the other side of second base. Nice fight right here. 9th pitch of the at-bat. Just high. But I guess good news, he's up to 60, so.
Yeah.
That's what you like to see. Ian Michael will step in, struck out in his first plate appearance.
Yeah.
Well, you know, as a pitcher, when you're when you reach a certain age, you know, like your 40s, you lose some velocity naturally, but
yeah, not as apparent in wiffle ball, but that is a nice pitch though, right there, inside of the zone at 57.
But you never know with him.
That's true. Fights it off again, 1-2. Ian Michael looking back. Thomas Bleas muttered some words over to him. And there's that ball. Looks like it's covered in mud. We're just getting pelted back here. Never seen so many foul balls. I guess that is a good sign for the Mojo. Tom Bleas throwing lots of strikes, but none of them are eliciting hard contact. Just high at 59, full count. Hits him in the not a great spot. That's a walk.
Right in the moneymaker.
So now Thomas Blail steps in, looking for a little redemption after that fly out. Little controversial. Thought he had a home run, but ump called it short. This is kind of the first time we've seen Tom Blaos in a pickle. Jeez, what a
How many times do you think Tom has thrown to Thomas in their lifetime?
That's a good question. Clearly not enough, because Thomas Blaos is just not necessarily tracking it. So that's a nice pitch right there. This is going to be some absurd bragging rights. If he can strike out Thomas Blaos. It's a little speed check, a little extra velo here against Thomas Blaos.
Yeah, you almost hit your age.
Rude.
Got him swinging after the trash talk.
And that is an unfortunate first out for Thomas Blaos in the Wolfpack. Thought we'd see a little more chirping from Tom Blaos there, but maybe best to abstain from that with the bases loaded.
Yeah, can't say anything yet.
I felt that one in my back.
So now Sam Thomas will step in. He has a single. And you'd think maybe with the immobility at pitcher, you'd have a closer third baseman just in case to throw it home.
Well, I mean, he's probably thinking, you know, he doesn't.
That ball's hit hard over to Houston Schmutz, and he'll throw it out of play, and every batter will get one base. So that is tough. A little bit of a slip right there, and on those hard hit balls over to first base, you don't really have much time to react. You got to field it cleanly, get over to your bag. And unfortunately, you're not going to get any help from Tom Blaos to come over and help cover.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, what I was saying with DeMuro playing there, I mean, that's, you know, he's probably thinking, I mean, Sam Thomas so far has hit mostly for power and towards that right side, so.
That's popped up to Tom Blaos, and he'll make the play. Awfully dangerous.
Here we go.
That is a big out, holding the runners. One run does come in.
I know. That is a pretty rough pitch.
That ball is fouled out of play.
Looked like it hit his hand.
That ball is popped up out of play.
Dude, look at this ball.
Yeah.
Tell me she want a towel. There's one right here.
Bit high on the pitch.
What is it, 3-2?
Got him right there for the second out. Third out, sorry. And that'll do it for there. So we head to the bottom of the second. 2-2 is the score.
Jackie's up.
Oh yeah, it's pop up from behind.
All right, we're still in it. Let's go.
I struck out last. Top of the order. Here we go.
Hey, we still
had to go.
So here we go. Alex Hatch will step in.
Unearned runs.
Yeah,
I'm in a contract year. I'm checking my ERA.
It as unearned.
Good.
A little soft back there with, I mean, the throw over, yeah.
I should have put my hand up immediately.
Counted at this thing, would you not over to Houston.
True. I think you got one. I think you got one or.
Okay, all right, whatever. I think you're fine though. I'm a nice scorer.
So here we go. Alex Hatch steps in. Ball one. Tie game here. Bottom of the second of game 3. Both teams, geez. You guys stop hitting us, please? We caught it, though. That ball's hit hard. Ian Michael tries to knock it down with his butt, but that ball is high and safe. So that is a single for Alex Hatch.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst throw, really. I mean, challenging part, though, is Thomas Playhouse being a lefty.
Yeah.
Making that throw from second base is always tough.
Still would have been close with the righties. That ball's almost an identical spot. Thomas Playhouse can't come up with it. Was a for sure out at second base. And he ran to second before he had the ball in his hands. And unfortunately, that's been the story of the Wolfpack today.
Yet another instance of the Wolfpack defender trying to get the out before they field the ball.
You know, just gotta get the ball first.
Yeah.
It might be a little scary with the runners moving so quickly at you, but can't make the play if you don't have the ball. Nice hack at 60.
But you're a lot closer to the base than they are.
That's true.
Wednesday, May 14th.
And kind of got a weird setup. You'd think all the bases are evenly distributed, but just like this funky park, they are not evenly distributed. The first and third and second and third bases are farther away, and as that is a strike 3 on a pitch I was surprised was swung at, but that'll help the Wolfpack out.
Fucking hate you.
That ball is popped out of play. Got him there. 0-2. A little sword action. 1-2. Austin Whitehouse getting a little unlucky with these hits he's had in play. He does have a home run today. Swinging there at 60 for the second out. Now Alex Hatch will step in. Alex Hatch does have a home run today. But more impressively, he is getting a lot of hits, keeping that average above 500. Used to have a lot of batters hitting above 500 in the early years. Now it seems like if you have one, they usually take the batting title.
Were those in the days when pitching wasn't so fancy?
Yeah, we used to have a speed cap at 55, and the fence was even closer in. It's a strike right down the middle. The game has evolved. Nasty sinker right there, 0-2. Ian liking that one. 62 right there, 1-2 count. Outside, 2-2. 63, it's a foul ball no matter what, so remain 2-2. Outside, full count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 2-2 game. And that's outside, so bases loaded for Dominic DeMiro. Mojo trying to get at least 1 run on the board so they have a chance to close it out in the top half of the third. All deadlocked at 2. Team captain Alex Harden talking to Ian Michael.
Giving him some more shaving cream.
Yeah, whatever it was. Needs it here. Inside, ball 1. That ball's in play. Caught it, thrown for the first for the out. What a play from Ian Michael to get out of the jam. And we head to the top of the third, still tied up, 2-2.
Hey, that pitch is looking nice. Got it. That one up here?
Yeah. It's a purpose pitch. I think I was last out.
So here we go, top of the third. Tommy Tickets trying to keep this game deadlocked at 2 apiece to give this Mojo an opportunity to walk it off in the bottom half of the third. And he will face Thomas Blehaus. Needs to get on here for some bragging rights. It's outside, ball 1.
Plenty good one.
That ball is destroyed but foul. Onto the automatic ball returner. Right back to Tom Blehaus. 1-1. And he gets just underneath it in no man's land, but Austin Whitehouse comes in to make the play. So if Thomas Blehaus doesn't get another at-bat, call it game 1 victory to Tom Blehaus. Tommy Tickets over his son Thomas Blehaus. That ball is absolutely destroyed. Sam Thomas, 3 home runs, moves into 2nd place on the home run leaderboard. And that ball was absolutely destroyed. The Wolfpack take a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, there was no doubt about that one.
Just an easy swing, and Tom Blehaus trying to keep that win streak alive. And after that home run, he hasn't really given up. He did give a home run up to Zane Phillips, but he was able to lock in after. So see what he does here. That's a 4-pitch walk. Not really what you want to see after giving up a home run.
Yeah. Maybe he's a little rattled after that.
Yeah, put a lot of energy into Thomas Blehaus, get the out, and then kind of take your mind off the next batter. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But Ian Michael will now step in.
Well, and a guy like Sam Thomas is not a batter you can take lightly.
Yeah. Does not go 1-1. That mud ball is tough to see. That ball, surprisingly, he's able to catch up to that one, but it hits it foul, 1-2. Ian Michael trying to get a hit against Tommy Tickets. Wolfpack have 2 hits in this game. Mojo have 3. Bit high, 2-2.
Just a bit inside.
That ball's hit hard over to Dominic DeMiro. That's kind of been the story today. Fielders just unable to get it first time cleanly. Ian Michael's on with a single.
Yeah, and that seems to happen more this time of year. No, I mean, not only the weather, but just, you know, guys being rusty from not playing for, 6 months or whatever, so.
And just like that, Thomas Blehaus has another opportunity. First pitch strike. This definitely has a sour taste in his mouth after those first 3 at-bats. That ball is going back and coming out. Ian Michael is going to play. We'll take a look at the replay. I don't know what Ian Michael was doing.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
What a play there. Ian Michael just starts walking off the bag and remembers it's 2 outs.
Yeah, maybe he thought it was 1 out. Wow.
And that is a tough way to end the inning. His manager told him there was 2 outs.
Unforced errors over there.
No, I didn't say there's 2 outs. I just wasn't telling you to get back on the bag.
But an impressive play, and we'll head to the bottom half of the third. So 3-2 the score here in the bottom half of the third. Wolfpack need 3 outs to win this game and secure the series. Mojo looking for 1 run to tie, 2 to walk it off. Ball 1 to Houston Schmutz. A win here for the Mojo would get them tied for first with the Nighthawks at 5-1, as that's a nice pitch. And a win here for the Wolfpack would get them back to 500. 2-2. Houston 0 for 1 here with 2 walks against Ian Michael. Just high, full count. Fouls it off. Ian sitting at 56 pitches. Fouls it off. And that'll be a walk. So the tying run gets on, and now the go-ahead run in the form of Austin Whitehouse steps up, and coming off that impressive double play to keep this game close, steps in, trying to have one of the more clutch games. If he can get in that tying run somehow, maybe even the go-ahead run. First pitch strike at 60, perfect pitch from Ian Michael.
Oh, you're on it. Oh, good catch.
0-2. Got him swinging. Great job to fight back after the leadoff walk. That is 1 out.
A 3-pitch at bat strikeout, you don't, or 3-pitch strikeout, you don't see that very much.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often these days. Now Alex Hatch steps in, fouls that off. Alex Hatch had the walk-off home run in game 1. Can he do it in game 3? It's never been done before.
1-1.
0-1.
0-1.
First one was a 63.
Okay, 0-1. So 1-1 count. 2-1. You know, if you're Ian Michael, you might, you know, want to maybe pitch around this guy. I mean, Dominic DeMiro's very good too, but home run would end it, a walk would keep the Wolfpack in it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a...
61.
I don't think there's really a single hitter on this Mojo team that you really feel comfortable going up against right now if you're Ian Michael, but yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, the currently leader in home runs is a candidate for that.
Just like that, he will lead or walk the leading home run hitter in the AWA, Alex Hatch. So runners on first and second, and now Dominic DeMiro will step in, has his first home run of 2025 in game 2, and now an opportunity to get his second. Nasty pitch at 59, 0-1. That ball is in the gap, off the tree. Houston Schmutz will hold at third, so a single will load the bases full. And now Houston Schmutz will step in with an opportunity to hit in that tying run. Sit only 40 feet away at third base. That ball is fouled out of play. We've seen a lot of foul balls today. Swinging there, 0-2.
And a lot that have come right at us.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, it means a lot of strikes from these pitchers. No pitch, 62. It's a solid pitch. Unfortunately, 2 miles per hour too fast. So we'll go to the 0-2 again. Does go. Oh,
no.
Never mind. It says he doesn't go.
No, he didn't.
Can we get a replay of that?
Yeah, we're going to call for a replay.
Is it 1-2 or?
We'll pause for a replay.
Well, it's like I called it a go and he called it a safe, so then we go to the booth and confirm.
In the production booth, they cut it. Can they cut it to the main feed here? Let's see.
I've been 100%.
What do you think?
So if I mess up one, sorry. No, actually, it won't make a difference.
Booth is
there. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he does go upon booth review. So for the second out.
It didn't look like it from where I was sitting, but
well, I'm glad I
also have a big laptop right in front of me, obstructing my view a bit.
I'm glad we have the production booth just to check. Still not out of the yard yet or damage yet for the Wolfpack, but that'll hold the runner at third. And now Austin Whitehouse will step in. 2 outs here, 3-2 the score. 1-1 count. Big spot here for Austin Whitehouse and Ian Michael. Inside, 2-1. Nasty pitch at 59, 2-2. Does go and got him strike 3. That is a tough strike at the end of the game, and the Wolfpack will take game 3. They win the series, get back to 500. And that'll do it here from Edmonds, Washington. Wolfpack take 2 of 3, and we will be back on Wednesday. Good night, everyone.
It looked like he didn't go.
I know, I thought he went and he said he did it. When, I mean, in the review it looks like he
blue. Thank you. That was awesome. Nice meeting you. What's your name? Sam. Jason. I think I met your. They're saying your brother's brother. I think I met your brother like the first game. Oh, yeah. He's good. Yeah. Don't let him know that. You either.
Well, I thought he was going to have, out at home runs, and then he slide it off a little bit.
I know. What happened?
I mean, that was close to the top.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. I know who to. Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
You guys, great call on that replay, by the way. 62-year-old boy.
Are you able, Jack, Insta, to make it where I could put stuff on my story and stuff you share? So like there's some stuff I did share in the lab. But there's some stuff I can put on.
Yeah, PDR or whatever.
Oh, okay, that's good. I know that's the only one that I can use when you ask for a collab.
Yeah, so I think any stuff, I can't.
I think the one where I was behind home plate with marketing last